Hello, guys there. Oh, I'm just sure. I really had difficulty connecting tonight, so I'm a bit late. For anyone that wanted to connect, hopefully you are still around and ready to receive some information. So, for those of you that don't know who I am or what I do, my name is Melchizedek. I am a channeler. I'm also a medium, a psychic, a healer, a holistic life coach, and an esoteric artist. But it all revolves around channeling. And what I do on Monday nights over here is I allow beings of love and light to come and speak through me. And the idea is that you ask whatever questions you want to ask about message for the human consciousness or for yourself if you need to. Obviously, we don't want to make it too personal because we're on a public forum. But basically, it is a Q&A session. You can ask. It's an open forum tonight. Yeah, and if nobody comes through, which I can totally understand, so no judgment if nobody comes through tonight in terms of people who want to ask questions. That is fine. I will ask some of my own questions that I've had lately. And the only reason for this, I think, is because I was only able to go live at 8:11 instead of 8 o'clock. Because YouTube was giving me difficulties, my network was giving me difficulties, and unfortunately, I was only able to make it now. But I'm still going ahead. I'm still going to do some channeling. I'll be asking my own questions as well. Once I have done some channeling, I'll check every now and then to see if anybody is here wanting to ask questions. If not, however, it's not a big train smash. I will just continue and do a few of my own questions, and when I'm done, I will log off. So, thanks for everybody. Just to let you know a little bit about how it works, how my channeling works. I am just also while we wait and see if anybody maybe wants to join, I am a conscious channeler, not a trance channeler, which means I'm conscious of the questions and answers, if you like. I'm able to ask questions in my head, if you like, telepathically, and also receive the information. There's two reasons why I am a conscious channeler. I'm not sure if I'm going to share both reasons with you, but the one reason is because I can learn from it myself, and so that I can interpret when needed. Because what sometimes happens is they give me images in my third eye. So as it works with telepathic communication, it's not like actual words and actual words that are being spoken and so on. And yeah, so yeah, I will just let it come through, whatever needs to come through. And so sometimes I'm in the foreground when I'm interpreting, I come forward. But when questions are being asked and answers given through the being that's channeling through me, then I step into the background a little bit. So I'm aware. I might not be aware of every single detail. It's kind of more like a dreamlike state. I hang out it's usually a whole collective that we speak to. So I hang out with them in the back, and I get a lot of extra information. which gives me knowledge to help people with life coaching or to help me with personal issues. So I'm able to interpret or receive the information like you guys are, but with a little bit more extra information for myself. So yeah, that's one of the ways. And it's kind of similar when I'm channeling and doing art. Then I'm a little bit more in the foreground. I'm interpreting more, and I use my psychic ability quite a lot then as well. Yeah, and my psychic abilities are more clairvoyant. I have a few other abilities, but the clairvoyant one is the very strongest one. I'm also strong clairaudient, even though I struggle with names. I don't know why. I am at some times I use my claircognizance, and quite often, especially when I'm doing health, channeling for health reasons, the clairsentience also gets used. But it's more like a combination of all the different abilities coming together. So I don't experience it as, oh, I'm claircognizant. Oh, no, it's kind of like experiencing with all the senses when we're in the third dimension, but it's more what it's like, a little bit of everything. Robin, hi. I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for asking, Robin. You're welcome, and I'm happy that you're here. So I had a really good day. A friend of mine, Lauren, who has also been a client up until recently. We did some mediumship together and helped each other on some, let's think, bono cases, because these are not clients that are coming to us. This is spirits that are coming up who need help. And we as a team were able to work together with a few of these spirits. And in doing so, not only help the spirits, but help the human counterparts that are left behind, the people that are left behind, missing these passed over loved ones. So we were able to work very well together as a team today, and it was a great day. And she also did Reiki on me today, because she's an energy healer, a Reiki master, and we had an amazing experience today. It was incredible. So I'm feeling quite supercharged and quite ready to channel. Hi, Claudette. Welcome. I'm happy you're here. So yes, I feel ready for it. I feel ready for questions. I feel ready. I'm happy if any of the knowledge needs to come forward as well that I learned today. I received a major download today. It was interesting. It was very, very interesting. So yes, I'm ready for it. I feel pretty good. That's the long answer. Thanks, Robin. Okay. Does anybody have a question? If not, I'm going to shoot and start asking my own questions, and it will probably be a little bit around mediumship. And the other questions I am interested in asking tonight, is concerning the portal tomorrow. It's not only the portal of 22/02/2022, but also the full moon. So it's a very, 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 very strong energy that's going to happen tomorrow. And I want to ask questions around that. What to expect? What would be the best things to do tomorrow? You know, what to focus on tomorrow? So those are my interests tonight and things that I want to learn about. If you have any other questions or anything else, please go ahead. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and identify yourself. Okay, we've got Melchizedek again tonight. Thank you. I love channeling Melchizedek. Well, at this stage. You have a beautiful energy, beautiful human energy. And we're happy to take questions and speak to anyone in the human collective that would like to receive answers. Yes, we are a collective of many different species. We are a large group of entities of love, working with love and the heart chakra. And we are a big group wanting to assist the human consciousness at this time. And we're happy to be available. We reside, the majority of us reside in the 11th dimension. However, there is also sometimes going into the 10th and sometimes going into the 12th. But mainly, and for the majority of us, we are 11th dimensional beings. As we said, we range from many different species, and some of us are some extraterrestrial species that you would recognize, like Pleiadian, Sirian, Arcturian. There are many others which we do not need to get into right now, but there are also light beings. There are some energies connected to some of the masters, understanding that the masters are also collectives. And when I say some energies connected with the masters, some on the council here are part of those collectives. Thank you, Melchizedek. I would like to know what to expect tomorrow in terms of how we're going to feel. Are the majority of us, or just some of us, or all of us going to feel tired again, like we have with other portals? Are there any other emotions or anything else we need to be aware of that we could expect to feel? And how can we manage this? How do we deal with it in this third dimension, or even fourth or fifth dimension, if that is where we find ourselves tomorrow? How can we manage our energy tomorrow? How can we make the best of the day and not feel if we're going to feel off, if I can put it that way, if we don't feel quite like ourselves? How do we manage? Thank you, Michelle, for that question. Yes, there will be some tiredness. However, it will not be quite as overwhelming as the other portals. The frequencies will be very, very high, and it will be easier for you to connect with us tomorrow. For even people that are not used to connecting with such higher dimensional beings, will find it easier to connect to higher dimensional beings tomorrow. So please be aware and try to look out for it if it's not something that you are used to experiencing. So actually you will feel, the majority of the human consciousness will feel energized, and some may experience a high feeling. So feeling very elated and happy, and perhaps some may even experience a sense of euphoria. The best way to utilize this energy tomorrow is to channel it into projects that you've perhaps put aside for a while. The big projects, the ones that are in line with your soul path, that would be the best thing to work on tomorrow. So utilizing the momentum of that energy, and just allowing yourself to surround yourself with everything optimistic. If you are going to engage in activities that are going to lower your vibrations tomorrow, you will not be able to experience the full benefit. What we mean with lower vibrational activities are activities such as drinking alcohol, having processed food or foods that do not agree with you. Also, watching a lot of television or lower vibrational television, we should say, or movies, things that do not, you might feel good still, but as it lowers your vibrations, you will not feel the benefit. Therefore, you might even start feeling, especially the following day, feeling very down, feeling very low. So it is important that you keep your activities vibrationally high, trying to stay positive, optimistic, eating healthful foods that give you the energy that you need. For example, lots of fruits, fresh fruits, not processed, lots of raw vegetables or salads. Cooked food is fine, but make sure that it's not overcooked. So just eating lots of fresh produce would be wonderful and very good for you. A little bit of nuts and seeds, but do not have too much oils tomorrow. So that's one part. Doing some exercise tomorrow, especially that which allows you to feel good and will raise your vibrations. So some people raise their vibrations and energize themselves through things like running, kickboxing, and so on. More active people. However, for those that are not on that level but do more energetic type of exercises, that is also good. Some of the martial arts, Tai Chi, Qigong, also doing yoga. So really engaging in activities like that. Also meditating, listening to frequency music, connecting to guides, doing mindful activities, coloring in, being creative, doing artworks, creating anything, really, anything. Being creative tomorrow would be most advantageous. It would be a good way to take an opportunity, as most people who have got projects like that probably would have to employ some sort of creative energy. Oh, I think this answers your question. Thank you very much. We would like to see if anybody else has a question on the panel. Okay. Hi, Lauren. Thank you so much for today. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, no questions yet. Okay, Melchizedek. Okay, so for myself, I feel like I've gotten all the answers I need for tomorrow. Would tomorrow be a good day to channel? And would it be a good day to channel for personal reasons, or would it be better if I channel for public reasons, for the Human Collective again? Should I do a channeling session tomorrow or something like that? Thank you, Michelle, for that question. We are always happy when you want to channel for the human collective. However, it is up to you. It's your choice. If you channel for personal reasons tomorrow, that would also be good. We suggest you ask your panel if they are interested in a live channeling tomorrow. So, however, it would be wonderful if you decide to do this. The connection will be much clearer and more powerful tomorrow. But you also have to consider that you will do a lot of work tomorrow and be very creative tomorrow. So you may not feel, you may feel very tired by 8 o'clock. So perhaps it would also be a good idea to record a channeling session and then upload that video. All right, thank you. All right, you heard what Melchizedek said. If you guys are interested in a live channeling tomorrow and you have questions, that's fine. Let me know. Get in contact with me or tell me on the chat. Otherwise, I think I will do what they suggested and upload a video. Okay, thank you. Melchizedek. Today, Lauren and I engaged in a lot of mediumship activities. Is there a way we can make this more accessible to people? Is there a way we can use that energy of helping spirit and as well as the human loved ones that are left behind? Is there a way we can do this for groups of people maybe, or something like that? Is there a way we can share this? This is really what I'm wanting to know. Is there a way we can share this with more people, or is it something that we just need to do the way we were doing it today? And can you also explain to us why some people are more susceptible to mediumship? So why are some of us called in speaking to spirit and others are called to perhaps do other spiritual work? Yes. Thank you, Michelle. Yes, it is true what you say. You work together very well. And in fact, what we would like to encourage you to do is to find more mediums to work with. As you make the group bigger, especially with like-minded mediums, you will be able to create an even stronger connection, and you'll be able to help more spirits and humans at the same time. This is not necessarily something that needs to go public at this time. However, there will come a time when this can be shared with more people. So in sharing, we would suggest at this time that if you come across more humans that can channel and heal and have maybe different abilities than what you and Lauren have, so that it becomes like a team of many different skills in mediumship and healing, then extend your group and help more spirits and human beings. Now, this is our suggestion. With regards to why some are stronger mediums and why some are chosen. It's not so much a question of that you were chosen, but rather that you chose. You have come to a certain part of your journey as a soul where you are willing to serve and willing to help, just as many other spiritual types. The one of mediumship, wanting to help with mediumship, is because of experiencing and understanding that spiritual connection and understanding the souls that have attachments to humans and struggling to let go. It is mainly your willingness to help not only the living but also the dead. And remembering that the word dead is not a true reflection of of an ending, but rather a cyclical term, meaning when someone passes over, they go into spirit for a time. If they need help from people like you can assist, and then once they've spent enough time in spirit, for example, being in the Blue Hospital or Blue Star, and also connecting with a soul group, and then deciding what they want to do in the next expression they want to experience, and furthering their mission and wanting their souls to grow. Once they are there, then they will reincarnate as needed until they reach the next level of ascension or the next level of growth. So pure and simple, it's because you want to be of service, and this is something you were willing to do because you understand the benefit of it for the human consciousness as well as the soul. Thank you, Melchizedek. Okay. All right. Lauren, thank you for this, Michelle. I continue to bring my willingness, knowing that it's enough. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, indeed. I feel very honored and blessed and humbled. Okay, Robin, does the guides have any message for anyone in particular listening to this message today, or when every they may come across this video? Okay, whenever they may come across the video. Any specific message for anyone here or anyone that will watch in future? Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Robin. Yes, there are a few things we can share. First of all, we want to speak about the feeling of overwhelmness, dealing with difficult emotions like overwhelm, dealing with difficult emotions like feeling stuck or stuck in a pattern. Not only emotions, but habits and patterns. And having difficulty navigating your way out of those patterns and not being ruled by your emotions as such. So we want to help you in understanding how to break free from the rule of your emotions, how to break free from that programming and advance your being to be more of an observer, and to realize what the purpose of the emotions are in a much more objective fashion. However, we want to say to you that emotions are an important part of humanity, not only humanity, but many other races and species in the universe. And this is because you cannot do do work through the heart space without an emotional basis. Understand that the lower vibrational emotions are also part of being, a soul, but especially here on Earth and as a human, it is even more, it can be more overwhelming. As humans, you experience things in a much more sensory manner, and that is why it's difficult to deal with these emotions. It is not that us as higher dimensional beings are not aware of lower dimensional, lower vibrational emotions, and it's not that there are never any, because we are so connected and united into the whole of the universe. It is easier for us to balance those and to not be held by those emotions, and we do not experience it in such a sensory manner. However, as part of the human experience, the sensory part of emotions is very strong, and therefore it can be very overwhelming. Overwhelmed by grief, overwhelmed by sadness, overwhelmed by anger. And we understand that humans can take very negative actions when this happens. And as a human consciousness, one should not judge those that are having difficulty with emotions, difficulty regulating, whether it is on a simpler manner, a simpler way where people do not act extremely badly, right up to criminal behavior and very low vibrational acts that harm the soul. So there's a whole range of overwhelming lower vibrational emotions that one can experience. So do not judge, because each person is on their own path and chose to experience some of these experiences and may have difficulty with escaping the programming. The point of experiencing these difficult emotions is to grow as a soul. However difficult it may be. So whichever level you find yourself in, the only way to learn to regulate yourself is to calm yourself and find a way to relax yourself. It may be a different thing for different people. For some people, taking some kind of action, like boxing a boxing bag, or like shouting, or like doing art, or breathing techniques, deep breathing. There are many different ways. Dancing, doing sports. There are a number of different ways for people to regulate their emotions. And the first step and the most important step of this when trying to calm yourself down is to do something mindful. Anything that will get you into the present. And when you are more mindful and you are able to breathe and you are able to think, that is when you can investigate the emotion. We do also want to say that sometimes the pain or low vibrational emotion is also there to show you that you need healing. It is there to show you that there's something to work on. And it is important to remember that whatever you're feeling, it is not others' fault. Even if they help to bring about what you're experiencing emotionally, you're still feeling that emotion because there is something within you that can change, that can become better, a better part of you, growth as a soul. And once you allow yourself to feel the emotion and then be calm and look at the emotion, investigate it and understand the root and where it came from, then you can let it go. Then you can move on. And then you can learn to be more objective and understand this emotion when it comes up again. And in the beginning, as with all things that one learns, it takes a practice. It takes a lot of practice. It's a skill to learn. So do not be disheartened if you fail, or at least do not think of it as a failure. It is a learning process. It is a lesson. So have grace for yourself. Have grace for yourself. Each soul is learning and growing. Thank you. Okay. No other questions. All right. I'm going to be on for about another 10 minutes. So if any questions comes up from that which I channeled, let me know. Oh, let me also see if there's any other messages from Melchizedek for anyone else. I feel like that message, Robin asked if there's any particular particular messages for people listening right now or that will listen in future. So, I see there's another message from Robin. A pre-recorded message shared on all your platforms would be great. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, great. Thank you. Right. What other messages, Melchizedek? What other messages do you have for anyone listening or that will listen? Is there more? Yes. Thank you, Michelle. There is more. We would like to speak about addiction. Addiction comes in many forms and guises. Please understand that when we speak about addiction, we are not only speaking about addiction to substances or substance abuse, but there is also addiction to sex. There is also addiction to sugar and processed foods. There's addiction to dairy. There is addiction to behaviors and patterns. There is addiction to people sometimes. Sometimes people are so codependent on other people that they cannot let go. And this can actually be very damaging to people. So that's the first thing we would like to make you aware of, is that there are many, many forms of addiction, even some forms that you may not have conceived of. So be aware of this. And there's also many, many reasons for having addictions. However, we want to let you know that it is not impossible to let go of addictions, whatever it may be, whether you are addicted to screen time, binge watching, computer games, anything. There are so many things. There are ways to free yourself from these addictions. Remember, an addiction is nothing more than a habit being learned, but it's taken form or root into a chemical in your body. And the true addiction is to that chemical, however that chemical is produced, whatever the motivating factor for that chemical is. It is an addiction to a chemical that is on a scientific level. on an energetic level, the addiction to the chemical comes about from issues on an energetic or emotional level. So becoming aware of your shadow self, as the humans often refer to it, but also another way to put it is to say becoming aware of the lower vibrational feelings that you're addicted to, becoming aware of what feelings keep coming up. It is those feelings quite often that you're addicted to. And of course, there are many times traumas or hurts or all these kind of things that causes or is at the root of the addiction, because many people, humans, do not want to feel that pain or do not want to experience or think about the trauma. They're trying to shut it out. And of course, this does not serve them. The important thing, the key to understand is that when you become aware of the feelings and you become aware of the trauma, sometimes the trauma was buried so deep that the person does not have any memory of the trauma. When there's an awareness, it can be dealt with. Many people would benefit from a helper, whether it be a spiritual helper or healer, or whether it be a clinical psychologist, or whether it be some sort of counselor, and in some cases a friend could be enough. However, there is an energy exchange that needs to happen when one receives help from someone for trauma, because a lot is required from the person who is counseling or doing hypnotherapy or channeling, whatever the case may be. There needs to be an energy exchange. This will aid in the healing and aid in breaking the pattern. And the reason why help is often needed is because an addiction is a very difficult pattern to break free from. It's not impossible, but difficult. And the other part of breaking free from an addiction is an acceptance. And this is a commonly known on the human plane, accepting that there is an addiction, even if the addiction seems like something that could not be an addiction, like a behavior. But it is in recognizing, first of all, that there is an addiction to something, and a recognition of the emotions or chemicals, and the chemicals are usually related to emotions, or some sort of damaging pattern, and where it comes from, where the root comes from. A lot of work should also be done by the individual on their own. There must be a willingness. There must be a willingness, but for some it is so severe, even when they are willing, that they cannot do it alone. And this is where community is so important. Community is incredibly important. The human consciousness needs to understand, and will slowly but surely, and is slowly but surely understanding that we are unified, all of us. We are all connected, even though on the human plane it feels like you're separate. And it is often from these feelings of sadness and depression and anxiety and other trauma that causes this, that humans experience this. they feel this huge separation from others. And when they feel so alone and so separated, they feel like there is no hope. And part of that hope comes from learning and understanding that you are not separate. Not only are you not separate from other humans, but you are not separate from God, if you like, greater consciousness source, and many other beings that are willing to help, like our collective. So please understand that if you are an addict today, whatever your addiction may be, there is a way out, there is hope, and you are really not alone. You are truly not alone in this universe. And in fact, there are many, many who would love to help you. Reach out to your spirit guides, start connecting with your higher self, and seek human help if you feel comfortable to do so. Thank you. We have nothing else to share for anyone else at this time, unless somebody has another question. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Melchizedek. Thank you for coming through and channeling through me. It's a real honor. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, Michelle, and thank you to all the beautiful people that are currently watching. And thank you to everyone who is watching the video in future. And we will be happy to come through again and help with more questions. Thank you very much. Okay, thanks guys. Thank you so much for those who came tonight. I'm sorry that I was late. The technical difficulties I was having with YouTube and with my network was a little bit irritating. But I got there in the end, and yeah, I feel like we had a good session. And thank you to those who had questions and suggestions. And I hope that what I shared with you tonight helps you in some way or helps someone you know. And I hope to see you next week. If you like my video, please subscribe and like and hit the notification bell. And I'll see you all here next week. Thank you very much. Oh, looks like we're having technical difficulties again. Having trouble ending the stream. Oy. Maybe I should just let it record all night long. See if anybody appears. Maybe somebody else will come and sit in the chair. Okay, I don't know what to do. I'm going to go and call my technical guy, my husband, because the stream is still going and I'm trying to know what's going on with YouTube tonight. Maybe it's part of the 2202-2022 portal. I don't know. I'm going to go get Anthony to help me. I can't end the stream. I'm worried if I save it. It's still live, it's still going, but I can't end the stream. It's okay, people know he's helping me.
Oh, okay.
It's so weird. So I said that appeared. I can't get rid of it. And I'm worried if I just close the window, then the video will disappear.
Yeah. Excuse me.
So it's this grey bar.
Yes, I see it.
It's so weird. I said maybe we should just continue recording through the night and see if anybody sits in my See.
Can't click on anything else, so
This is so weird. I wonder if anyone's still there. I don't think so. Maybe it did in the stream,
maybe it did.
but it's still counting.
Yeah, it's still counting. Wait while we try to reconnect you. Your connection is unstable.
Yeah, that's what was happening the whole time. It's messing with the connection. So I don't even know if everything went through or came through properly.
Oh, it's disconnecting, reconnect. Yeah.
Okay. It's still counting. Even though we disconnected. I think YouTube is
Losing its mind.
yeah.
I just want to see something else.
Surely it ended it.
It must have.
Should we
I
close it
guess you
and
can
see?
check if you go to the other one. Should be there already, right?
Okay, let's see.
You can see what's happening.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay.
It still says live. So I guess we're still live.
I guess so. Thank you everyone for joining us for our technical difficulties.
Oh, look. We're watching ourselves live.
Yes.
That is hilarious. Okay, I don't know how to stop this. Should we do this?
Yeah.